night of the Label Breakers launch in our community live stream. So, tonight, since it is our first official night, I am just going to kind of go as an overview of what Label Breakers community is and what you are getting to be a part of when you sign up. So, um, it is just simply that, a community where you guys can join. Um, we're going to go through the book, Label Breakers. Um, I am going to be recording some new videos of reading the book for you that I will put up on the YouTube page of Label Breakers. So make sure you go there. Um, I will most likely making those private ones. There's a couple on there now of old ones I've done, but the new ones, I'm learning all this stuff with you guys. So I am live streaming to YouTube right now, but we will be able to see if we can make those private. So they will be on YouTube where you can access them with a link for those of you who are part of the community, so that we can talk privately for what you have in here to share with each other. Won't necessarily be seen with people outside of the group, the ones who aren't paying to be a part of the community with us. So, um, like I said, I'm learning all of this with you guys. So, bear with me, have patience with that part, as I know you do. And I am just honored and thankful for all of you who are in here in the Facebook group as part of the community already, and especially to my lovely sister MJ. Um, I hope you get to come on here and join with me live, all of you, and as our community grows, um, that we can uplift each other, hold each other up, help each other break off labels that were never meant to define us. So we can see the goodness of our Father and who He says He is and who He says we are, especially in this day and age where a lot of people are doubting that He's a good Father. And how would a good Father be letting all of this go on? And um, we are walking into a season where it is going to be important where we tune our eyes and who we look at um, in the days to come, as some of the days may seem to get darker, but there is no darkness in Him. So, those of us who are turning our eyes to Him, who are breaking off all the negativity of the world, um, can help lead others out of the darkness that they see and into His wonderful light. And that is the joy of being a label breakers, and the joy of my heart that He has walked with me, removing my labels step by step. And um, so that is what I am looking forward to, walking with you guys, talking out with you guys, um, just coming into a greater realization of His goodness and who He is and who we are. So yeah, that's a lot, and um, I'm just honored to hold this space with you and to be a part, and share what He has done with me so far. We are in continual work in progress and learning from each other. So He has brought so many of you into my life and my community, and others that are for His heart, as each of our guests on Label Breakers have shared. So it is just amazing to see and hear what He is doing in this time and in this season. So, with all of that being said, I am excited for the launch of Who Comes In and Who is a Part. And for those of you who are already in this group, some of you have been here for a while, and I thank you for that. That you're a part in supporting in what ways you've supported and me supporting you. So thank you for that. So tonight will be short and sweet as our first one, especially since I'm just talking to myself at the moment. But yeah, get the book. If you don't have the book, um, you can get it by going to labelbreakers.com. You can get it free. It's just covering the cost of printing the book and shipping it to you. So I'm not making any money on the book through that offer there. So you can buy it on Amazon too. But if you go to labelbreakers.com, it does sign you up for the subscription of the community, which some of you are in here because you've been in here a while. But if you want to stay apart and support Label Breakers, it's a small subscription price and to get the book. So with that being said, Label Breakers, finding your identity in a world of labels. God wrote this book with me quickly, but also not quickly. He has been writing this book with me my entire life and is still writing this book with me. But the actual written pages came out fairly quickly. And as we have walked new seasons and learning what it fully means to be baptized in the Holy Spirit, to have the Holy Spirit activated in our life, and also what it means by deliverance. I realized that this book was the start of all of that for me, writing it down on pages, what he did with me in that season. And so the writing of this book was actually about 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. The editing took a while. That's another story with Ted Decker and his publishing company and his editor, which was an amazing opportunity that I went through. And then in 2020, I was a part of Pedro Adeo's 100X community. And through that community is so important, guys, God brought a wonderful person who helped to do the formatting, to do the I'll make it all possible to be printed and put on Amazon and self-publish it. So that was amazing, and brought another editor through Ted Decker's group that helped with the grammatical editing. So it was a process, and but it was amazing to figure out that whole process of writing a book and what it meant and all of that. Was also part of letting some labels go and walking in some new labels. So as you read the story, there is a lot of my personal story of what he's walked me through. A lot of it looks like health issues, and it was, but the health issues were from labels that were put on me, and as we went through some deliverance, some demons, if you will, attaching through the labels that were bringing health and soul and mental and physical issues that God worked with removing. So it has been a journey. Like I said, this is a lifelong journey for all of us. But I am excited for what he is doing in the doors he's opening with Label Breakers to amazing people like you and amazing stories, um, because he's bringing so much healing and so much love. Like, love is the long game, guys, and that is what he's doing. So, um, as you go through Label Breakers, I'm just going to read the chapters and we can break it down, go through it. If you guys get the book, we can go through it. Like I said, I will be making some new videos that you guys can watch. If you don't have the book, I will be reading the book on those videos, so you don't have to have the book. But first, as an introduction, it's just a little bit about my story and a little bit of what I walked through in my life. And then chapter 1 is called Is Your Life a Series of Labels? Chapter 2 is Earning Our Labels. Chapter 3 is Being Defined by Others. Chapter 4 is What Are You Afraid of? Chapter 5 is A Splinter of Truth. And then we get into the breakdown of the 12 acts, because we will be going through acts as we break off of our labels. And so chapter 6 is the 12 acts. So the first act is one of identification, so identifying your labels. Act 2 is acknowledging our labels. Act 3 is recognition of our labels. Act 4 is acceptance of our labels. Act 5 is letting go of our labels. Act 6 is introspection. Act 7 is cleansing. Act 8 is reclassification. Act 9 is removal. Act 10 is healing. Act 11 is awareness. And Act 12 is sharing. So I know as we just read through those titles, some may seem a little bit like repetitive, but there is a significance that goes with each one as we come along dealing with them in the process. So we will be going through those, and hopefully talking in community will help recognize it in a deeper way for some of us. So, and then chapter 7 is more doing and less wishing. So that kind of sounds like maybe some work, but it's really not. It's just being with him and walking with him. And then chapter 8 is just a blessing for your journey ahead. So that is the chapters in Label Breaker. As you can see, it's not a super big book, so it won't be hard to go through. But I am just honored and excited to be a part of this community with you, and I look forward to having you guys jump on and join. So we are going to give it a try and see how Wednesday nights work out right after our Label Breaker live stream that starts at 7 Central. Usually those are about a half an hour long, and then we will jump in here for another half an hour or so. And as I say to all of our guests, it's Holy Spirit time. So we are not rigid to the time frame, but that is kind of how it will play out. But like I said, we're not rigid to the time frame. So I am looking forward to talking with you guys. So make sure you come on here, comment below this video if you watch it, what day, like if there is a better day, we can think about it. But right now, like I said, we're going to try to do it after the live stream, and maybe some of that we will be able to have some of our guests come on here and be backstage with us as we talk deeper about breaking off our labels. So just Blessings to you all. And thank you for being a part of Label Breakers. And I am looking forward to doing community with you and lifting each other up and going deeper, as I love to say, high, deep, and wide. So that is from Ephesians 3 and what God likes to do with us, taking us high, deep, and wide, and even more than we can hope, dream, or imagine. So with that, I will say goodbye and good night tonight, and looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Next week we have an awesome guest that is going to be joining us that I'm super excited about. Her name is Tracy Vanderbush, and she is Bill Vanderbush's beautiful wife. So if you've watched the last 2 weeks prior to this week, where we had the awesome Bill Vanderbush share with us, we will get to meet his wonderful wife next week. So make sure you join us next week and then stay around afterwards so we can have some community. So love you all, high, deep, and wide. Thank you for being a part of Label Breakers. Let's break those labels, guys. Good night.